Hi, Reader Pops. Hi, Reader Pops.
Hey, girly pops.
Hello, Reader Pops. Good morning, girly pops. Hi, Reader Pops.
Hey, girly pops.
Haley Pham, she, I think, is the most popular booktuber right now. Especially after the 50 States and 50 Days series she did with Ryan. She is more popular than ever, I feel like. And I've been watching her since she was in, I think, middle school or high school when she would do a bunch of dance vlogs, and I loved her because that I was also a dancer, and I've seen her content evolve so much. And it actually pains me every day that so many of her old videos are privated. But I love that she's become a reader. And I feel like she's one of the booktubers I have very similar taste to. Haley Pham single-handedly convinced me to buy this book, and I'm forever so grateful. I've also read these two books because of Haley Pham. I gave this book a 5 stars, and I gave this book 6 stars. Safe to say, I trust her. I want to read some of her 5-star reads, and I'm gonna start off with The Ministry of Time. Good Morning America Book Club. That's pretty sick, actually. I know she loves Emily Henry, and Emily Henry has a review on here, which is pretty awesome. I think this is a time travel romance, but I know Haley does not shut her mouth about this book, so I need to read it and find out what is going on. I'm on page 156. I am loving this book. So basically, this is like a 1-sentence explanation. Basically, the British government figured out time travel. There's things like they have to teach these people like what lesbians are, and there's so many like references, but it's not like in a cringy way. Like some books they mention TikTok, and I'm like, get out, you gotta leave. In this case, it makes sense because time travel, and the narrator is unknown. I'm not sure exactly what I think of the narrator, but then there's Commander Graham Gore. I think he's my favorite. I've been chugging along. I've been reading it pretty quickly, which is a great sign. Alright, so I just finished The Ministry of Time. I actually had to finish it on my Kindle. I really enjoyed this. I feel like this is a book where in the future I want to go back and read it a second time because I feel like there's so much that I missed the first time. I really like the characters. I love the plot. I love a good time travel and the romance. Well, yes, I was a big fan of that. There were also moments in this book that had me cackling out loud. The only reason why I'm not giving it a full 5 stars is just because I think just because of the writing style, my mind tended to wander a lot. And if a book's really good, my mind is usually locked in, ready to go. So maybe it was just the writing style or just how tired I am. Who's to say? But I am giving this a 4.5 stars, which is super awesome.
Scenery change, I know. A lot has happened. I'm gonna hold my headphones while I review Ender's Game because I only listened to the audiobook of it. A few things about Ender's Game was because I had the audiobook from my library, I didn't finish it, and I had to put it back on hold and wait to have it again to finish it. So it's been a long time, but it's okay. I did like the audiobook. It's just hard because there weren't any chapters, and I don't know if it's like that in the book. I will say the voice actors were great. There were multiple people. About the actual story. So I spoiled something for myself because I thought I was dumb and I thought I just missed out on something. So it starts out with you not knowing what a third is, and Ender is a third. And I thought we were supposed to know what that meant. So I went and Googled it. But then also, the big plot twist at the end, I kind of saw coming. Like, that plot twist didn't really shock me, and it's, like, supposed to. I wasn't flabbergasted. It reminds me of the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The whole thing with the buggers and their kind of queen, it connected in my head for some reason. I don't know. Also, while I was looking for Ender's Game explanations, there's a movie, and I kind of want to watch it because people are saying it's really bad, but I think I'm going to give this book a 3 stars. I wonder if it would be different if I had actually physically read it. You know, I was very intrigued. I did like Ender. I liked Ender. I liked his brother. The sister annoyed me. Oh, Oh, anytime we had a scene with her, I wanted it to be over. Voice actress was great. No shade to her. The sister just annoyed me. I could be totally missing something though, because she did kind of play a crucial role. I'm glad I read it though. I've been wanting to read it for a while. And now I have 11/22/63 to finish reading, but the same thing is happening where the hold on my library like runs out, so then it returns and I have to wait to get it back. I feel like Haley's book is gonna be out by the time I read this, which is not for another like month and a half. Slipping away. I'm gonna whisper, I feel really weird. No one's here. I only have my Kindle right now, so I'm gonna read 11/22/63. I'm 23% of the way through it, but when I'm back home, I'll explain all the lore. All right, so what I was saying about 11/22/63, who goes there, was in January, I had a readathon with my friends, and we failed it tremendously. It's okay, it's okay. I think we did only like 6 hours, and during that readathon I started 11/22/63, and I don't know why I gaslit myself into thinking I finished it, but I was really invested, and I've seen clips of the show. Like, I read it and I was like, oh, I remember exactly what's happening, so I guess I'm just goated and awesome like that. And thank God I have it on Kindle and not as a physical book, because that book is thick.
I do not remember the last time I updated y'all. I don't know where I was. I don't know where in the book I was. I don't know what I said, but I'm on part 4 now. So big strides are happening. George, Jake, and Sadie are getting very buddy-buddy. Right, nothing's gonna happen there. I totally believe you. I don't like the way Stephen King describes women's bodies, but I also want to say I started tandem reading this with the audiobook, and that was probably the best decision I ever could have made, because I have a hard time with accents, and the audiobook just doing that for me. And I'm just getting so much more immersed. And this is a very like basic audiobook. I'm not saying it's the best one in the world. Like, there's no music, no nothing, just the narrator doing a great job. I am sat for hours. So that is a great sign. I get so immersed. I was gonna keep reading and I was like, wait, let me update the masses. And I want to keep reading it because like I need to know about the JFK. Like, I'm not worried that it's gonna get boring. I'm not worried that things are getting drawn out, because every scene that's happening is just the perfect length, and it's still fast-paced.
So don't let me go, nah, 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 nah. I'm all up in
Elizabeth Taylor, do you think it's for I'm sorry. It said Liz Taylor, and like it makes sense for the time period, and I just had to shout out YouTube. Big fan.
love, hey, so where do we go now, now? Just let me know.
So I'm on chapter 25, but I got curious and I started watching the show.
That I'm safe here in your arms. I wanna stay. I'm slipping away.
All right, my hair wouldn't, I don't want to hear it, actually. I finished 11/22/63. She was kind of low-key me, though. The ending, I'm like, I can't really say my thoughts because that would be like a massive spoiler, but I'm not fully satisfied with the ending, which is annoying because I was like, we did all this for what? For what? So that's really awesome and fun. I do like the time travel aspect. I think it's really easy to understand, but I think also with this book, this is a me problem, a fully me problem and not a book problem, was I just have a hard time reading like physical fights. I have a hard time picturing it because I'm like, what is going on? Like, what position are we in? So I got a little lost in those moments, but I was like, okay, a fight is going on. Like, I get it. And there's also the romance. I feel like I touched on this a little bit, but I just wasn't super crazy about it. I think because I wasn't really a fan of Sadie, which is one half of the romance, and it had more romance than I thought, which is, I don't know, I was like, all right, when are we gonna get back to the mission? When are we gonna get back to like what we're here for? Like, I feel like the book without the romance, it would have been a lot shorter for sure, and I kind of like the length of it because we kind of see the book takes over a course of a few years, so it makes sense that it's that long, and I kind of like seeing the mundane things and like the people he connects with and the people he becomes friends with. with. The last like 10% maybe, I was mad. Jake/George. I really, really liked him from the first page, so I feel like that's also why I kept reading it. Just be warned that the chapters are pretty hefty, but they are so worth it. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 stars. I feel like if it just, like, the romance wasn't there, I'd really be like, yes! You know what? It's safe to say I can trust Haley and her book taste, which is really awesome. And now I'm gonna get to read her book, which is crazy.
It's March 3rd, so Haley Pham's book comes out today, but mine is back ordered until March 9th. Don't mind the rain, but Just Friends is supposed to be delivered today. I'm like so excited. Chat, the moment I've been waiting for. Oh my, I can't believe it. I can't believe it's like in my hands. Like, this is the most crazy thing ever. Everything's perfect. Everything's great. Life is awesome right now. It's paused, but obviously I have a Haley Pham vlog on the TV. I love reading and watching reading vlogs while doing it, so like obviously it's perfect. She kind of servant in this.
So don't let me go now.
I understand the blue-footed booby reference now. Oh, that's so cute. But I'm eating this up.
Love is exceptional. It fills me up.
It's time to keep reading this. The lights look a lot more orange in person. It's kind of the vibe.
It's out of control, out of control. Oh baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control, out of control. I'm in love. Yeah. I'm slipping away, yeah. Just like I am dreaming, walking around in this love haze. I wanna
So Blair and Declan had a very important conversation. I'm on page 222. I'm in the middle of a chapter because thing is there's still like 100 pages left, so I'm wondering like, is there gonna be a third act conflict? And we also found out why Blair and Declan stopped talking. That kind of like makes or breaks a part of the book for me, and I honestly think it's a valid reason. I try to like put myself in like, if someone did this to me, would I like not talk to them? So I find myself very similar to Blair.
stay in this feeling, but let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay.
I'm on page 242. So I'm literally not that much further into it, but like we found more stuff out about Declan and like that whole situation and like how he's like living in Seabrook and the whole thing after the incident. I think I need to be honest with myself. I'm just a little bored. But right now, just kind of like, they're talking about the cottage. The heated rivalry. I just find myself cringing just a little bit at like small things. Like there was one, like, I think it was like scratched her hand like behind her neck or something. Like, shout out Pete's cat. Love Pete's cat.
Hey, I'm slipping away. Oh, so don't let me go now. Your love is accepted.
Knowing this book says if cognitive dissonance was a movie, this would win most accurate depiction. Cognitive dissonance is like, someone told that to me, an adult told that to me as like an insult. So that's kind of crazy that this specific wording was used. That's crazy. No way. Maybe it's just meant to be. All right, chat. Last night I finished. I ended up giving it a 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. There were just a few things that held it back from being a 5-star for me, which is, it's okay. People are just so mean. I really don't like talking bad about any book, but if I'm looking at it objectively, obviously I want to share my honest thoughts. That is what I like to do. So overall, what I liked Blair and Declan as characters. I liked her mom. I like Blair's mom. I like Blair's, her great aunt. Really loved her great aunt. And this book talks a lot about grief. And I feel like even if you haven't, like, we've all gone through some sort of grief, and I feel like it is described really well in here. There were quotes about grief that I screenshotted, and I plan to go back and actually underline them in here. I liked the past and present timeline. I liked the setting of Seabrook, just a nice little California beachy town. I liked the coffee shop they were at. Just a lot of it I did like. It's just a few, like, this is like nitpicky. I feel like the beginning of the book, like the first half of the book and the second half of the book, they had very different like voices. Like, I don't know, like the tone was supposed to be different or if just Haley changed as a writer. Like, so it felt like two different authors like wrote the beginning of the book versus the end of the book. And where I feel like the beginning was a lot more like fast-paced and all this, I feel like then the ending had this different voice, and also the end we were just kind of rehashing the same thing over and over again. So I think the reason why they stopped talking the first time we hear about it is completely valid considering the circumstances. It's just when it's brought up for like the 20th time, I was like, all right, are we... And don't get me wrong, I'm an avoider. I'm an avoider of emotions. I don't like talking things out with people. So I could totally see where Blair was coming from. And it's something like I would do, but I think reading it for entertainment, it just kind of annoyed me. Which is so like unfair and hypocritical, but I think just reading it, I was like, oh my god, we're doing this again. She's walking away again. Like, okay, no, like, it's fine. I think I was just more annoyed. Also, the epilogue kind of annoyed me. It was just a trope I don't like, and the epilogue was only like 6 months later, and I was just like, oh, right, no, it's fine. It didn't completely ruin the book for me. It's just a trope in epilogues I don't like. But overall, the writing, you could tell she took a lot of inspiration from like Emily Henry, but I feel like instead of trying to find her own writing voice, which I feel like could be really good because I'm so entranced when I watch her on YouTube, like I eat it up, and I feel like she kind of does have her own voice and style on YouTube, but I feel like for writing she could have found her own voice, and I feel like I would have ate it up so much more instead of trying to copy what others are doing. That's just my opinion. I don't want to be attacked, but I still gave it a 4.5. But I was still having a good time while reading it. I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm dreading picking up this book. Still had a fun time. I'm just explaining why it's not a 5-star. But yeah, overall, Haley Pham and I, we got pretty similar book tastes. We like a lot of the same things. This experiment is officially over.